Can no part, all you know is kick back, run for me back, get back, 911. Somebody son did die, we need police on dispatch.
Okay. Alright. We here. I was sent this video. We're here. That's all I'm gonna say. We're here. Apparently, Drake tried to sabotage Kendrick's tour and failed. Man. Okay. We're here. Like I always say, man, I'm in a rock and a hard place. I got my GOAT versus one of my other GOATs. You feel me? I got 3 GOATs: Drake, Kendrick, Future. Drake is the GOAT and my favorite artist, and then the next one's is featuring Kendrick. So all this has been hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know what they're gonna say in this, but I think I have a feeling I know what they're gonna say, cause just based on what I know about what Drake been doing, I know he done bought the tickets or whatever to the concert. I know a whole bunch of stuff has been going on, man. I can only imagine what they gonna say, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to it, man.
Now, despite everything else going on in the music industry right now, Kendrick Lamar and everyone who is behind him are not stopping the run they are on, and really in every single way possible. From Kendrick Lamar's GNX album posting one of the top 3 highest second week sales figures.
And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I did my sound check to record today, Whacked Out Murals came on, and then Squabble Up came on. Squabble up. That boy was going crazy!
Of this decade, to Kendrick still having 3 top 10 hits on the charts, despite it being the time of the year where holiday music tends to dominate all the airwaves, to even other artists around Kendrick like SZA now getting ready to release her long-awaited deluxe album to her record SOS titled Lano, which is now officially on the way. All in all, in this time where the rest of the music industry is going away for the rest of the year, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang, and Top Dawg Entertainment are all getting ready to give us what may become the most dominant single-year stretch in hip-hop we ever see from an entire crew and wave. And right now...
Alright, now they finna dick. Nah, I'm saying, now y'all finna... First of all, he's not with Top Dawg anymore. Second of all, it's only Kendrick. I got lie. It's only Kendrick and SZA on that roster that can do this. I'm just keeping it a buck. They're the only ones on that roster that can do it. Okay. I forgot they got Doty now.
Now, from what we can definitively see, all of this hype for 2025 is culminating in Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Stadium Tour. And now, with all the anticipation and buzz this series of performances are already seeing, Kendrick and SZA hitting the road to take hip-hop and R&B into some of the biggest venues in the world is looking like it's gonna end up breaking so many different touring records. And now, as all of the anticipation and buzz is increasing for this concert by the second, and as a result, Kendrick and SZA even rolled out more shows in both Kendrick's home city of LA and SoFi Stadium. Which seriously, when it comes to that city itself, if you thought the pop-out was legendary, them at SoFi is going to be 100 times crazier. And also they rolled out an additional show in none other than Toronto, Canada in the Rogers Centre. And so with this, both in the region that Kendrick is from and in the place where his biggest rivals reside, he has been showing that he is commanding a level of popularity that no other rapper can right now, and because of this hype, and also the narrative in general that Kendrick Lamar's success has even made him the king of Toronto and Canada over Drake, as he
It's clearly because of the boy. The honorable thing is to give me the loot.
He is now not just playing in a venue that Drake has never been in, but at that one that is way bigger than anything he has ever performed in his hometown as well. Altogether, with Kendrick now coming back into Drake's home city, and after a time where Drake banned other people from Kendrick's camp of playing, now he's about to have the biggest show any rapper ever has there. Things are starting to look worse than ever for Drake and OVO, because beyond any claims of artificial numbers or fake hype and demand, there is now nearly 100,000 tickets that are going to be sold in his own city of people who are all going to watch the man who has destroyed his career perform. And now, because of this pressure and just general humiliation Drake has been feeling, as now he really has nowhere left to run, Drake has already started doing the one thing he can in this time, which is to troll and try to just be straight out petty, because while Drake will never get in the booth and go head to head with Kendrick Lamar in terms of releasing diss tracks again, as we have all seen, Drake is still going to try to be petty and take down Kendrick Lamar
I hate people say that because, bro, at the end of the day, Kendrick's the one that stopped this. You can say what you want, But Kendrick's the one that stopped going, bro. He's the one that stopped going. And I still, to this day, feel like the Hard Part 6 was good enough to respond to. Argue with your mama. Nah,
way he can behind the scenes. And really, just as we saw Drake accuse Kendrick and his label in the most pathetic way possible over the hype and success of Not Like Us right when GNX released, which when it comes to the timing of that was definitely to try and hinder the success of that record, as we now enter a year that is really gearing up to be even bigger for Kendrick Lamar, TDE, the West Coast, and every single person around him. Because of all this hype, get ready for Drake to go even beyond the most petty lines he has crossed already, and just straight out do the most pathetic things we have ever seen from a rapper, even for his standards already. But now before we even get to here, right now, just with all of the build-up and success that Kendrick and TDE are seeing right now, Drake has already tried to sabotage this historic moment that is gonna go down as Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour. Now before we get into what this latest moment in the catastrophe that is Drake's career right now is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what Drake has been trying to do to seemingly take down the absolute milestone that is Kendrick Lamar playing in the biggest venues on the entire continent, is first off, and most importantly when it comes to having any sort of future for his career, is to try and step on Kendrick Lamar taking control of Toronto with his 2 shows at the Rogers Center. And now what Drake is doing here, instead of trying to win back his city by once again tapping in with their local scene and becoming an active participant within their culture, which just as we have seen Kendrick Lamar lean into has been one of the most successful ventures we have seen any rapper pull off recently, and even beyond the local scene, just coming outside in this time where
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's hard to be an objective fan in this situation because it's like y'all just suck so much meat. It's crazy. Drake literally went on XQC's stream, a Canadian streamer. And y'all tried to act like, oh, why they going to X stream? Now you telling him to tap into his people. Smiley is a Canadian artist, which he signed. Basically, all his rappers or people that he signed is from where he's from. Like, bro, y'all gotta stop it, bro. He did the Wagwan Delilah song way before Kendrick dropped any song that had to do with LA or besides Not Like Us. But he dropped the Wagwan Delilah song with a Canadian artist. Like, bro, y'all gotta stop. The hate is real. The hate is so real. It's crazy. The hate is just so real, bro.
His reputation is in the mud and trying to win people back over by reminding everyone
and what Drake gotta realize is, bro, your career is, bro, come on now. Whenever you drop, you're gonna sell way more than 300 something. You did 100 something more than that with For All the Dogs. You're gonna sell way more than that. You just gotta come back. You just gotta come back with hits. I saw some the other day that it's something that I've been thinking all this even before the disses. I'm like, bro, I wish Drake would tap back in certain beats. You feel me? I feel like the problem with Drake's music, and I still be liking Drake music. That'd be other people that always got people be liking Drake music too. It's just when it first come out, they be expecting certain. It's been the same story all this time, bro. Drake first drop, everybody be kind of mad, but then they go back and listen to it like, damn, this is a classic. Oh my god, this is so good. Cause bro, it's Drake. I ain't gonna lie, it's Drake. You feel me? But I wish Drake would go back to bringing people in his world though, and not going into other people's world doing trap beats and all this. Like, let's get the Drake we fell in love with these new artists. You feel me? But stop putting people like Drake. Let's get an album with just you, or let's get an album with you. Maybe Rod Wave and like people that fit your sound. Stop trying to fit everybody else. You feel me? Stop trying to. We already know you're a chameleon. You can adapt. You already proved that. Now let's get back to the essence of this. You feel me? Like, that's what I want to hear more of. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about, man.
Time where he was once liked. Instead of any of this, Drake is seemingly sitting back right now and plotting on how to counter whatever Kendrick Lamar is doing with an antic that won't put him in any direct confrontation with him, but at the bottom line will try to take away the spotlight from Kendrick with Drake's own actions. And now already, before we can even get into Kendrick's tour, with Lamar's first major appearance at a stadium event this year being none other than the Super Bowl. Already with this moment,
and what Drake gotta realize is, bro, the more he keep doing these antics, the more and more people are gonna look at Kendrick as like a genius. because it's like he said, your greatest rapper is now spiraling. You know what I'm saying? Like you make it, every antic you choose is distasteful. I can even predict your angle. You feel me? Like you making this nigga seem like he read you like a book from the first diss, Drake. Like you making yourself look bad again. Go in the studio and make some music.
We've seen Drake hint so many different times that he is going to try and ruin the big game, which he has posted both cryptically about when he has shown off pictures of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises in the iconic scene where he marches into a football field. And beyond whatever strange plans Drake has in his head, he also announced an entire world tour which starts on the same day as Kendrick will be playing at the biggest show in music. And now, based on the way Drake has already tried to take down GNX and redirect headlines his way by just doing one of the wildest things we have ever seen a rapper do following a rap beef, while you can almost 100% say that even Drake in his prime could not create a bigger moment than Kendrick Lamar playing at the Super Bowl. Despite this, with Drake hitting the road for the first time since the beef, we are definitely going to see something major happen on his end, and if he was talking about Kendrick Lamar and everything he did to him on streams and on random posts, he is definitely going to try to sneak diss Kendrick from the other side of the world, all while Kendrick Lamar is having the biggest night of his career. And so now from this, and fast forwarding to the shows at the Rogers Center, what the rumor right now going around is that Drake is going to be pulling a 50 Cent and is going to buy out all the floor seats for this show for Kendrick, so then the concert is seemingly empty. And no one goes, which will make Kendrick look like this big failure. And now when you consider the types of games Drake plays and how much he looks up and still talks to 50 Cent, well, there is no actual strong confirmation that he is gonna be doing this, as Drake does not have the leverage to shut down this stadium and not have Kendrick perform, as he is not on good terms with the owners of the Rogers Center or the organizations that run the team that plays there in the Blue Jays, like he is with the Raptors, for example. We are not going to see a repeat of what happened to somebody like Schoolboy Q or Sir when they came to Drake City. And so knowing this, the only way Drake can really come at Kendrick would be to do something like buying out all the concert tickets. Because even if Drake decided to do something like holding his own concert on this—
That ain't lame though. To me, that's smart. Everybody, that happens a lot. I think he did the same thing to Meek or something like that. And people do that all the time. That ain't nothing bad. I ain't gonna lie. That's not a bad thing at all to me.
Same night. Even if he sold out the next biggest venue, it would still be less than half of what Kendrick is doing. And so now with Kendrick's actual show at the Rogers Center, with all this context and based on the way the seating charts have been getting filled out so far, some people think Drake is actually trying to do what 50 did. But really, when you look at Drake's goal and then see that with a show on the scale of this, and also with the demand and where the cost of a single ticket is at, unlike what 50 did with Ja Rule, for example, the only reason what 50 did worked in the first place was because the tickets for Ja were marked down so much that he was not going to make anything from the show regardless. Meaning that if Drake got these tickets, all he would be doing is making Kendrick Lamar's pockets bigger, which would just be helping him get yet another win, as even when Drake is trying to go against Kendrick and humiliate him, he would still actually be helping him win.
See, man, this is what I'm saying. This is a meat-sucking fan right here, bro. This is a meat-sucking fan. Even if you brought a ticket, you're just going to make Kendrick richer. Like, nigga, what? Like, yeah, but bro, y'all just, man, bro, this is why it's hard for me to be so objective, bro, because it's like y'all just want to come at everything Drake, dude. Like, oh my God, bro. And the funny thing about it is, this same person that's talking probably faces on this video, it's just like everybody else. Drake is number 1 or 2 or 3 on your wrap up, and Kendrick is not even in the top 5. Like, it's crazy, bro. And Drake, whenever he drops again a real album, bro, do you know what he's gonna do? Like, all right, man. Alright, man. I know Kendrick probably still finna drop another deluxe or another version of another album. I know he still got another album in the tuck. Don't think out of. He probably gonna drop that after the Super Bowl. No better.
In a way, regardless. And so now with the place where we are at, where Kendrick Lamar has this entire tour and Drake is seemingly scrambling to try and find a way to get him from not being able to play a show that will forever tarnish the relationship Drake has with his city, as it will solidify that over everything Drake has said, that people in masses still want to go and support the guy who has ruined his career. And because of this, what Drake is going to have to realize sooner rather than later is that no matter at this point what tricks he pulls out and how he tries to put things back in his favor, Kendrick Lamar has really become just too big to be stopped, because with the success of GNX, which in terms of mainstream albums' pure streaming numbers, is the biggest rap album the industry has gotten in multiple years at this point in terms of the efficiency and impact it's having on the charts, which is why Kendrick has now overtaken Drake's monthly listener count, and GNX is on pace to have some of the best second and third week numbers we have seen in quite some time for an album in this quick consumption era as well. All in all, between things like this to just Kendrick having such a greater vision for everything happening right now, which has made his movement bigger than just a single artist, because from the producers and rappers featured on his own album, to other people like Baby Keem, to all of Top Dog Entertainment, and at the center of the plan right now in SZA, who is joining him on tour and has more music on the way herself, and even someone like TWTICH, who is rumored to become the opener for this series of concerts. And this would just be a perfect fit, as she really embodies so much of what has made both Kendrick as a rapper beloved and SZA as a singer. And with the way right now we are watching TWTICH rise into genuine stardom, and also with the expectation that her debut album is going to be coming out in 2025 as well, and from people who have heard it, they are saying that it's genre changing. At this point, Kendrick Lamar has a group of some of the best creatives in the music industry, more united than any crew has been in a long time, and for Drake...
Man, Kendrick probably gonna be on the album too.
His own city is turning on him. So really, the lesson to learn from with all of this here is that Kendrick has organically created an entire machine that he is steering. And unless something unprecedented happens, will ensure that every single moment he wants to create in the near future seemingly happens on his terms and no one else's. Even with Drake's own city, there is no changing the reality of this situation for what is about to just be another year of humiliation and embarrassment for him, and especially in this time where Drake is resorting to petty antics and just trying to plot on how to rewrite history, instead of just doing whatever he can to make the future of what's to come just actually better off for him. With the downfall we have seen from Drake, and with all of the hype around Kendrick and his camp, which is about to give us at the very least what we 100% know for sure, what is going to end up going down is not just the most successful tour in hip-hop history based on its projections, but really one of the most iconic as well, as this will serve as the grand victory lap to arguably the greatest run we have ever seen from a single rapper. All in all, really with Kendrick, SZA, TWTICH, and all of the hype going around the entire camp that surrounds Lamar, at this point it's more clear than ever. What we are about to witness are a lot more moments of what is hip-hop at its very finest. So now with all of this said, let me know, what do you think about Drake wanting to...
I ain't gonna lie, man. All I'm gonna say is this, bro. For years and years... First of all, it's crazy to see all these people who weren't even Kendrick fans and who told me Kendrick makes boring music and all this. It's funny to see them now be fans of Kendrick after he dissed Drake and did what he did to Drake. It's hilarious to me. I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick always been one of the ones to me. I always said Kendrick is my favorite rapper. Like, we talking about just straight lyricist, he's the best to me all time. I always said that he's my favorite, he's the best. But Drake overall as an artist and every category, just overall is the best to me and my favorite. Always. Never gonna change. Neither one of them is never gonna change. I ain't gonna lie, never. And I always said, if Kendrick gets in a battle, people need to get out the way, because I know you can look at his music and look at how he raps and listen to his freestyles and his ciphers and just look at how his mind works, how he thinks. He's ready to just annihilate you. And now, sad to say, we're kind of seeing it, man. But Drake's career is not done, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all lying to y'all. So just like y'all try to act like y'all not listening to Drake music the whole time. It's like everybody listening to Drake 24/7 on their wrap-ups, then their excuse is, that's his old music. Nigga, shut up.
I'm a fault with
Can't no part, all you know is kick back, run up on me back, get back, 911. Somebody, son, that died, we need police on dispatch.